my name is Charlton Harsman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why college athletes should get paid. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you were a college football athlete and you came running out of the hallway into 60,000 screaming fans? Or maybe you were a college athlete basketball player coming out to 60,000 screaming student section. Well, a lot of these college students do that, and they have a high, they play the game, they're getting wins for these college schools, but after the season is over, they can't eat. They can't do anything when school's over. And that's what it's like to not be paid as a college athlete. So today, I'm going to be talking to you about how much the NCAA earns in revenue each year. Also, say about how much students spend in hours each week for their respective schools. Talk about different kinds of compensation that you can get besides money. I don't think being an 18-year-old getting paid thousands of dollars is probably a good idea. And also, more than what a college degree would mean more to them. So, the NCAA earns about $11 billion annually each year. That's more than the NBA and the NHL. And you think the NBA's been around for several years, and you would think it's a lot bigger than the NCAA, but it's not. The school funds do not distribute it evenly. They go to stadium upgrades, they go to executives, high-paying executives that don't play football, and they also go to training centers trying to keep up with weights and stuff like that. And that's according to Listland.com. And they also go to high-paying coaches for them to stay there as well. Student hours. They spend over 40 hours a week on football and schoolwork. They spend roughly around 90 hours per week between schoolwork and their respective sports. That goes between training, weightlifting, games, playbook, that goes to schoolwork as well, travel, anything you can think of for a college athlete. And you would think, according to Listland.com as well, a normal full-time employee works 40 hours a week, and they're spending 90, around 90. And most full-time employees are exhausted around 40 or 42. And that's just mainly a desk job. If you think lifting weights, studying playbooks, things along that nature, you're going to be pretty exhausted. So that's a real task on them when they're physically exhausted too. Next, I'm going to be talking about different kinds of compensation. Like I said earlier, paying 18, 19-year-olds a straight paycheck might not be the best idea. They might blow it on jewelry, blow it on cars, stuff for the cars, things along that nature. They could give them a stipend, a fixed amount that would they would pay them progressively after each game or every 2 weeks, just like a full-time employee. That's one way. In 2010, there were 5,500 college athletes, college basketball athletes. Only 50 of them went to the NBA. And we think mostly if kids are trying to go to the NBA, they're not going to go to school. Most of them don't go back to school. They're just going to be stuck. They'll go back home. They have no money. And trying to give them a stipend would help them pay bills that they would incur after. Lifetime health insurance. If you're a football player, mainly, basketball player, sometimes, you'll get concussions. Concussions can lead to multiple health issues, Alzheimer's, migraines, depression, even suicide. You read on the news about all these football players are committing suicide because they've taken too many hits to the head. And a lot of these college athletes don't have the money to pay for medical bills. The college will pay for them if they're in school. They'll pay for their medical bills. But if they're not going to make it to the pros, then they're not going to have any money to pay for it. Schools can also give a percentage of their revenue to students for health insurance. They go buy their own health insurance. Maybe if they're still under 26, they can go into their parents' health coverage, something along that line. Another radical idea, according to NewYorkTimes.com, would be schools to set up their own health insurance plan. Students or the schools could help them pay for these health insurance plans, or they could use the money they get from a stipend to help pay for it as well. Another option would be a 5 or 6 year scholarship. The main point of this would be to give players a way to stay in school. Mainly in the NFL, you only stay in school for 3 years, and they try to go out to the pros. More than likely, they're not going to go back to finish school. 6-year scholarship or 5-year scholarship would give them another option to stay in school if they could, if they don't get too injured from concussions or anything along that nature. With nearly 8 million athletes, only 5 to 6% go pro in their respective sport. So that's not too many players making money if they're going to get health concerns. And next, I'm going to be talking about how players can help themselves as well. They can stay in school if they're able to, use a 6 or 5 year scholarship to help stay in school. They can take financial classes to help pay with their bills, manage their money, things along that nature. Schools can also take an active approach to help students stay in school. Once these students leave college after their sports, these schools just want to collect their money and they don't want to do anything to help them with it. Compensation will also help give students a way to pay their bills after school. A lot of them have kids, a lot of them have parents that don't make any income, so the scholarship is important to them. And that would also be a way for them to stay in school. In conclusion, there has to be a fight that's together. It just can't be one-sided. The students have to help themselves. The school has to help these students stay in school as well. After all, $11 billion, you think they would help them stay in school. And that was my presentation. Thank you very much.
SCJ for life.
Surely, surely.